What is the purpose of the V3 testnet, I guess? How is it different than V2 or V2B? What's your thought process on it?
Yeah, so V3 is, well, I guess V3 is really just V1, but with ETH 2.0. So the other two test nets, V1 and V2B, and maybe there's a private V2 at some point. Those were based on BSC. Those were based on what we're using before. We're forking the BSC chain, all that before ETH 2.0 launched. After that launch, again, people speculate the roadmap changed. Hey, it launched. Maybe they thought it wasn't going to launch, so we're going to go with BSC. But now ETH 2.0 is here. We want to be green. We want to take their new features and improve off of their stuff. We want to contribute back to the community like that. So now we're going to fork 2.0. I believe, that's a logical case for why things got delayed a little bit too, because now we're doing a completely new fork. So the reason I say V3 is like V1, because it is V1 for the new fork. And that's why, why do we do V1 and V2B before? To try to get the bugs out, to try to see how people liked it, to try out the new interfaces, just make sure everything is working. So you need test nets in order to, it's like betas, right? Like no company releases a product. Maybe they release an MVP to certain customers, but if you're releasing a product, you want to get feedback. You want to get people testing things, breaking it in order for you to make it solid when you do release it. So testnet V3, he just wants people to play with it, break it, fix some final things. And I've even said before, maybe we don't do mainnet. Maybe we do a quick V4 beforehand, just to try out the finishing touches, because you don't want to work for 2 years on something and then it breaks. So Richard is fully aligned to make sure that doesn't happen.
No, it's true. He definitely doesn't want it to break. Hex has been up 100% uptime. So I'm sure that's exactly what he wants with Pulsechain and PulseX too. So that's, I'm like 90% sure that's the main reason why he's taking so long. He wants perfection, or at least as perfect as possible. So maybe that makes things go a long time. But unfortunately, there's no such thing as perfect software, right? But you can only make software as good as possible, to the point where it's almost impossible to find bugs with it.
You can avoid critical bugs. There's always going to be some bugs, but we want to avoid the critical ones. That's the point.
Yeah, the ones that will like heavily slow down the network or make it crash, stuff like that.